Vishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptikanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome everybody. We are discussing this book, The Light of Bhagavat, and till now we have reached till 36 verse of this book, and today we will discuss this 37 to 40 verse, 4 verse of this book. And wrapping the last discussion, we were discussing regarding the situation of materialistic person. What are the difficulties, what are the challenges that the materialistic person who are in the mode of patience and ignorance they are facing in their life, especially the person who are in the modes of material nature, the mode of patience and ignorance, the tamagun and rajagun. They have a very strong desire for sense gratification. We have total 5 sense, and they have the different taste, just as the tongue has the taste perception. The eyes, our eyes has a perception of form or roop. Our sense, our skin has the perception of touch. Our nose, they have perception of smell, and our ear, they have perception of the words or shabda, right? So these are the 5 perceptions that our sense are hankering. And this materialistic person, they are they want to gratify their senses, and after gratifying their senses, we discussed that what are the quality, what are the results that they are suffering, and they have to tolerate. We discussed that every living entity, especially conditioned living entity, they are under the 3 modes of material nature, and under the laws of karma, they are entangled in every activities. Suppose if the person is in rajogun and they want to gratify their sense, then they will entangle whatever he wants, whatever desire that he want to gratify, even in not in this life, even in next life, he has to get or receive the body according to that desire, and he will fulfill that desire into respective body in respective senses, right? So apparently it seems that the person is happy, but if we see the whole picture, then we can understand that it is the source of pain, not the source of enjoyment. I want to highlight the one of the very confidential part, that apparently the living entity are satisfied. You see, in this material world there are different gradations of a living entity. Some living entities they are in tamogun, some living entities they are in rajogun, and some living entities they are in sattvaguns. And all the if you ask anyone that are you satisfied with your respected position, then immediately they will answer that yes, I am very satisfied. Even in the animal who are in tamagun or rajagun, they are in that abominable situation also, they are very satisfied with their position. They do not want to uplift their consciousness or their situation. Why? Because they are satisfied. Now the living entities, they are eternal, they are marginal potency of the Supreme Lord. And as the living entities are marginal potency of the Supreme Lord, he is prone to remain in the internal potency of the Supreme Lord, not in the material energy, internal energy. We are marginal potency, so we are supposed to remain in the internal potency of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord has three primary energy. One is the internal, second one is the marginal potency, marginal, and third one is the external energy. External energy is the made of three modes of material nature, and this external energy are the inferior. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is said that भूमिरापो नलो वायु खम्मनो बुद्धिरेवच अहंकार इति में भिन्ना प्रकृतिम अष्टधा. This material nature is made up from 8 elements, 5 gross element and 3 subtle element. 5 gross are Bhumi, Apa, Anala, Vayu and Kham. These are the 5 gross elements, and which we can perceive by our gross senses, and 3 subtle elements. Subtle elements are mind, intelligence and ego. These are 3 subtle elements. These are inferior energy. Although this energy are the energy of the Supreme Lord, but Supreme Lord has given these senses. Suppose I have got this body. This body is made up from 5 gross elements, Bhumi, Rapo, Analo, Kham, and 3 subtle elements, mind, intelligence and ego. Although this body is the energy of the Supreme Lord, but the Supreme Lord has given, or Supreme Lord under the you can say superintendence of material nature, the material nature has given this body to me according to my past action. Whatever desire that I created in the past, according to that desire I have this body right now, and whatever desire that I am creating in this life, that desire will be fulfilled in the upcoming future life. So this is the whole chain of karma. There are 3 types of karma: kriyaman karma, sanchit karma and prarabdha karma. So whatever we are doing, these are the kriyaman karma, that the result will be stored into the sanchit karma. Sanchit karma will be, means in the future we will get the result, and in the past whatever we had accumulated in the karma, that are the prarabdha. And kriyaman, kriyaman means kriyati, whatever we are acting currently, these are the kriyaman karma. So the conditioned living entities, they are in the very very strong entanglement of this material nature. So we should understand that in whatever platform the living entity are in, they are satisfied with their respective position. But the pure living entity, they are not supposed to remain in this position, because the pure living entity are eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. Mame vansha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manasasthani indriyane prakriti sthani karshati. This is the verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita 15.7, that the living entities, they are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And as they are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, they are remain to their original constitutional position as to be connected with the Supreme Lord in the servitor mode, right? So this is the conclusion of our last discussion, that we are knowingly or unknowingly, we are in the very, very great misery in this material world. This material world is source of pain, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik and Adhyatmik. And as we have received this body, Janma Karma, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, these four prominent miseries are there. And we have to surpass this misery, and we have to achieve that transcendental body, right? Sachit Anand body, so that we can serve through this body to Supreme Lord. This is our ultimate aim. And if we are under this material nature, suppose especially this Rajogun and Tamogun, then we will entangled in this cycle of birth and death, and we will receive the body, we will get this body in future, and we will terribly and horribly we will suffer in this material world. So we should understand the whole situation, that why this material world is created, and what is the purpose of this human life, and what is the transcendental or this spiritual world. Okay, we were in last discussion we discussed that how the conditioned living entities out of illusion, first of all, they are under the clutches of ego. They consider that this body, they are on the bodily platform of life. They consider the body as their self, and as they consider the body as self, after that the very strong network of illusion spread around them. First their wife, then they beget their children, and after begetting the children, the whole property, the relationship, and that network will become so much entangled that the conditioned living entity becomes confused in this situation, and they do not see the path which can you can say so that they do not see the path from by which they can come out from this disaster, the pernicious situation of the materialism. And this is the true light that the Veda gives to us, the human community, that how the human spirit can be cultivated by the help of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So here the same spirit is being described, that with the inauguration of the autumn season, 37 verse, with the inauguration of the autumn season, the rough sea become calm and quiet, just like a philosopher after self-realization who is no longer troubled by the murks of nature. Here this material world is being compared with the ocean, right? Material ocean. And we know the tides and wave, they are tossing like anything. Very, very high, very, very high tides, they are coming in the ocean. And if the person who is not that much knowledgeable, who has not gathered the knowledge sufficiently, then he will be tossed up by this ocean, by the waves of this ocean. This ocean, material ocean, they are made up of uh, mode of passion and ignorance specially, they are being compared with the desire and lust. If the person who has very desire, if the person is in rajogun and tamagun, then they have a very strong impulse or intense desire to gratify. And lust, these are the very greatest enemy of the living entities. If the person has this very strong current of desire, then he will be tossed up by that desire. If the person, especially in the rajogun and tamagun, they are after woman and wine and money. So they can do whatever they do just to get this woman, wine and money. So these are the very sinful activities. The person who are in these modes, they are asuras, and they are gradually developing the asuric civilization, very very demoniac civilization. And the leaders, they are also asuric. They also wants to use the natural resources to gratify their plan, their you can say their desire. We know that this in the recently many planning commissions, they pass the plan, very different plan to uplift the economical status, or you can say scientific, you can say development. These are the sign of asuric civilization. The main thing of human life is to cultivate the human spirit, not to gratify the senses. The senses, they are the animals, they are also gratifying their senses, but as we have got this human life, it is our responsibility to cultivate the human spirit. Otherwise, if we develop our asuric propensity, then we will have to suffer in our future by accepting various kinds of body in various species of life. So it is a very dangerous situation. It is depend on us that how can we become safe from this dangerous situation. And here Prabhupada also says that the person who are in this tamogun or rajagun, these are called krupana. This krupana, the misers, they are tends to perform ugra karma. Ugra karma means very very difficult task, very hard laborious activity, either mentally or spiritually. So this ugra karma is the typical sign of the asuric civilization. They just wants to gratify their senses, and it is they do not know the result of this action. Suppose the person who wants to eat meat, they do not see the result of this action. These are the mansa, means ma means me, and sa means you, right? The person who eats that chicken or the fried anything, then the one time in future it will come that the situation will be reversed. We will become that person or the chicken, and that chicken will become a person and it will eat us. Are you getting? This is the meaning of mansa. This is very very dangerous thing. And if the person who eats the meat, their consciousness become very very dull, and he does not even get the light or the you can say that instruction of the Vedas. Their consciousness become very it is very drenched in ignorance. They do not have even that little honesty to get the real thing. They become very jad. We know Dattar, especially in our Gujarati, we know this word because they do not get even the common sense thing, right? So these are the thing that the Ugra Karma person, they generally engage in this activity, Ugra Karma, and the result will be very dangerous. The situation, the peaceful situation will be converged into collapse, or it will only hasten the collapse. This whole economical system will be hasten at one point, because this is the Asuric civilization. The leaders, especially the politician, they are under the illusion, and they do not know the purpose of development of the civilization. They only understand that by economical advancement, the citizens or the people will be satisfied. But it is not true. If after economical development, if the situation or the person will be satisfied, then in the developed country where the economical status is very very good, right, then they want to be satisfied, but they are not satisfied. It means that after economical advancement also, we will not be satisfied that much. We have to take shelter of the spirituality, the adhyatmic, the transcendence. Then only the person will get the satisfied. Because what is the adhyatma? The adhyatma, adi atma. Atma means our real self, our self, atma, and adhyatma means transcendence. The thing which is beyond this material world, these things are called adhyatma. Or in other words, if we understand the thing as it is, means the thing as in relationship with the Supreme Lord, then this thing will be called as spirituality or adhyatmikta. It is the noun word, right? This is the noun. When we have that vision, spiritual vision, that this thing is connected with the Supreme Lord, then this vision, then we are supposed to called as spiritualist or adhyatmikvadi, right? So this is the 37 verse, that if the person who have gathered, who have accumulated the enough knowledge, then that self-introspective person will be completely transcendent to this material ocean. In the 14th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is said that मांच अव्यभिचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते सगुणान समतीत्येतान ब्रह्म भूयाय कल्पते. If the person who is in Krishna consciousness, then he will immediately surpass this material entanglement. He will be completely beyond the modes of material nature. This is the thing that Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. He will be situated into the Brahmabhuta platform, into the spiritual platform. And if the person has gathered this much knowledge, then he is called as the philosopher. Otherwise, they are the thoughtful person, not the philosopher. If the person who are spiritualistic, especially the Krishna consciousness person, this is only the real philosopher. Otherwise, the person will be a thoughtful person. It is called a Muni, Mananshil. The Mananshil person is called a Muni, means thoughtful person. And the real Krishna consciousness person, real philosopher, he will be not being tossed up by the modes, by the waves of this material world, and he will not be disturbed by these modes of material nature. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there is very beautiful verse which is compared with the Sthita Pragya person. Apuryamana achala pravishtam samudramapa pravishyati yadvat tadvat kamam yad 2.70 Apuryamana achala pratistam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat तत्वत कामायम प्रविशन्ति सर्वे सशांतिम आपनोति न काम कामी. This is very important verse, that as the rivers comes into ocean, we can see that in rainy season especially, their rivers, they are very very great turmoil, and their waves are very high jumped, or waves and tides, they are coming in the rivers. But as soon as the rivers, that disturbed rivers, when they entered into ocean, the ocean becomes, that water become very calm. Why? Because the ocean is very much it is a mass of water, very gigantic body, right? Body of water. So the person who is extravagant, who has a low or you can say a poor fund of knowledge, he will be very extravagant, he will be engaged in the sense gratification. But when the person is spiritually advanced, or who has gathered, accumulated the very true knowledge, then the person will be much satiated or satisfied with that knowledge, and he will not be disturbed by the turmoil of the desire and lust. He will be completely satisfied. And how? Because they are engaged in the Krishna conscious activity, they are serving the Supreme Lord. This is the you can say remedy to get out from this ocean. Okay, next verse. As the rainy season, after the rainy season, the farmers began to rebuild the partitioning wall of paddy fields, so that the water will be conserved. Just as the yogis try to use their conserved energy for self-realization. Here, the conservation of energy is being described, because we know that whatever energy we have got in this human form of life, this should be solely utilized to cultivate the human spirit, to proceed for path of self-realization, to march in the path of self-realization, to become a self-introspective person. This is the sum and substance of human life, and to build very intense love of God. This is the sum and substance of the cultivation of the human spirit. Now, if we spoil our energy by engaging ourselves into sense gratificatory activity, then we can understand that apparently we are satisfied, but at the end, at the you can say resultant action will be very painful. So we should understand that in which way we are investing our energy. Suppose we have 100% energy, but if we are investing our energy which will go in vain, which has no profound output, very you can say, if we waste our time, then it is not that much intelligence thing, that we are investing our energy and still we are not getting the resultant action, we are not getting the output. This is the foolish action if we are taking that step. But if we are conserving our energy, our human spirit, and if that converged energy, if we are using into service of the Lord, then that action will be very intelligent action. So this yogi, they knows that this sense gratification has a no, it is a meaningless. It has a no meaning. It is just out of illusion of Maya. We should not be trapped into that network of Maya. Rather, we should engage our energy into service of the Lord, in the Krishna conscious activity. So this is the thing. The intelligent farmer, he will partitioning the wall of the paddy so that the water stored into that paddy field, it will be conserved. Similarly, the energy which we have received into this human form, it will be utilized for perfect use, so that we can get the perfect result of our action, of our energy, of our time. If we are just spoiling our energy, then it is a useless. Rather, it is a waste of time. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that dharma swanushtita punsam vishvaksena kathasuya na utpadayate yadi ratim shrama evai kevalam. It is the very hard laborious activity. If we are not cultivating the love of Godhead, right? Okay. Here the very important verse that Srila Prabhupada is describing in this purport of this verse, that mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gata. This is the samsiddhim, that after conserving energy, what will be the resultant action? We will attain the supreme abode of Godhead. Samsiddhim paramam gata. This is the perfection of life. This is not the perfection that the person will be very much famous, the person will become very much strong by their body, by their renunciation, by their beauty. It is just apparent. You can see very sense gratificatory activity. It will be changed. It will be, you can say, withdrawn from our hands at one time. At that time, we will lament that whatever attempts, whatever energy that we invested to achieve that thing, this attempt or this energy will be, you can say, spoiled. So we should understand that our attempt should be one directed. Our attempt should be at one point, that it is, you can say, to attain the Supreme Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that parastasmastu bhava anya vyakta avyaktat sanatana yas sarveshu bhuteshu nashyati na vinashyati. Our aim is to attain the supreme abode, the home back to Godhead, our journey home. This is our real home, not to, you can say, very rot in this material world. This world is called a Mrityu Lok. Here, the attempt should be made to maintain the life. Here, death is prone. If the person is not attempting, if the person is not doing endeavor to sustain, to maintain their life, then the death is sure. Right? Similarly, here sinful activity is prone. In the Manu Samhita, it is said that pravrittiresham bhutanam nivrittim cha mahaphalam. Here in this material world, sinful activity is normal, right? But if the person wants to uplift their consciousness, then he has to do the endeavor, prayatna, right? The endeavor he has to do, and the result of that endeavor is to attain the supreme abode, the back to Godhead. This is the result of this of their endeavor. The next verse 39. In the Ottoman, there is a gulf of difference between the day and the night, and during the day the extreme heat of the sun is unbearable, but at the night the moonlight is extremely soothing and refreshing. Similarly, Lord Sri Krishna is soothing for both the gopis and the mundane men in the illusion who accept the body as a soul. Here, Dehatma Buddhist concept is being described. The mundane person who identify with their body, they are called Dehatma, means they are considered the self. They are considered the body as the self. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, 10th canto, यस्यात्म बुद्धि गुणपेत्री धातु की स्वधि कलत्रादिशु भौम इत्यजी यतीर्थ बुद्धि सलिलेन करहिचित जनेषु अभिज्ञेषु स एव गोखर. He is considered as ash if the person is considered the body as the self. If the person identify with their body. Why? Because the animal, the ash or the cows, they are also identifying with their body. So if the person who are consider himself as the body, then they are also in the material or animal platform of life, and this animal platform of life is means they are very ignorant person. They do not know the you can say drop of spirituality, right? And here the thing is described that the Supreme Lord Krishna, he is not discriminating that this person is mundane or this person is their devotee. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu, 9th chapter, it is said that Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Name Dveshyosti Na Priya Ye Bhajanti Tu Mam Bhaktya Mai Te Teshu Chapyaham. Means, I envy no one and nor I am partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in the devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Here, the Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu means the Lord Krishna is everyone, just as the moonlight. The moonlight is equal to everyone, irrespective of the person who is sinful or who is pious person, right? Similarly, Lord Krishna is merciful to both the pious and the sinful person, because in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita it is also said that Pita means the father of every living entity. There are two words. सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तय संभवन्ति या तासाम ब्रह्म महद्योनिर अहम बीज प्रद पिता. Here Pita word also come. Similarly, in the 9th verse, 9th chapter also, it is said that Pitaham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara ruksam yajurevacha. Here Lord Krishna is described that Pitaham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha. This material world, father of this material world is Lord Krishna. And Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suvyat Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. This is the you can say position of the Supreme Lord. Gati Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suvyat Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. This is the position of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is never discriminate to anyone. He is loving to everyone, because everybody, every living entities, they are the son of the Supreme Lord. If the father, even in this material world also, the father, the equivalent father, he does not discriminate to the various son. If the person, the son who is murdering to another person, and if the son, that's another son who is you can say helping to someone, both are the son, and one person is killing another person and one person is supporting to another person. So here both son and the mood of the father is remains same for both son. Why? Because he is a father. Similarly, the Supreme Lord Krishna is equal to everyone. He does not discriminate that this is the richer, this is the poorer. Everybody can take shelter of the Supreme Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, another verse, it is said that Mamuk मामि पार्थ व्यपाश्रित्य येपिषु पापयोनय स्त्रियो वैश्या तथा क्षुद्रा तेपि यान्ति पराम गतिम. Means everyone can take shelter, everyone can perform devotion to Supreme Lord, because he is the ultimate shelter of everything. In the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said that समाश्रिताये पदपल्लवप्लवम महत्पदम पुण्य यशो मुरारे भवाम्बुधिर्वत्स पदम परम पदम 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 यद विपदाम न तेषाम. That padapallavaplavam samashrita means the person who can give the shelter to everyone. Samashritaye padapallavaplavam, he can everyone can take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. So, and that is why he is taking birth, not taking, he appears. Supreme Lord never takes birth. He is, you can say, permanent. His body is permanent. He just appear. He just incarnate into this material world, right? Their birth, janma karma cha me divyam, their birth and activity, they are very transcendental. He is not a product of this material world. We are product of this material world. We means this body. We are spirit. But the body which we have received right now, this is the product of material nature. But the body and the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, it is the, you can say, beyond this material nature, right? And that is why the Supreme Lord comes into this material realm, so that the living entity can understand that this is our ultimate aim of life. Here I already told that in this material world everything is being deteriorating, diminishing activity. Here every activity is diminishing, their quality is being reduced, especially in the Kali Yuga. So that if one wants to perfect their life, then he has to take a step, he has to put forward the one step ahead. Otherwise the diminishing activities is prone in this material world. So the knowledge, the streams of knowledge is also being deteriorated as the time elapses. Similarly, the Supreme Lord incarnates. Sambhavami yuge yuge. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सुजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय, he comes to establish the dharma in every age, in every millennium. So this is the one of the important purpose of incarnation of the Supreme Lord, right? To establish the dharma. Dharma sansthapanarthaya, artha means to fulfill that purpose, to establish the real dharma. The Supreme Lord comes, and here the unbearable situation of scorching heat is also compared with Gopi, the mood of Gopi. The in the Sayanarti it is said that Jaya Shri Rasamandala Jaya Jaya Radha Sham Jaya Jaya Rasalya Sarva Manohara Jaya Jaya Jwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sar Parakiya Bhave Yaha Vrajete Prachar. here in this phrase it is described that Jaya Ujjwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sara Ujjwala, it is called Unnata Ujjwala Rasa. And Parakiya mode, the gopis, they are in the Parakiya mode, means conjugal love, right? Parakiya and Swakiya. There are two bhavas, the two moods. Swakiya means direct conjugal love, and Parakiya means it is you can say a conjugal lover, means that is called the wife of another husband. To love the wife of another husband, this is called Parakiya. Parakiya means not direct wife, but to love the another person. This is Parakiya mode and Swakiya mode. Here the Parakiya mode is not you can say ordinary mode that is being found in this material world. These are the transcendental mode, Parakiya ras, right? And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also recommended for this gopi mode that Ramya Kajitupasana Vrajavatu Vargenaya Upakalpita Srimad Bhagavata Purana Mamulam Prema Pumartho Mahan. Starting of that verse is Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesha Tanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kaditupasana Vrajavatu Vargenaya Upakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Purana Mamalam Prema Pumartho Mahan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatra Adaro Na Para, means these are the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Srimad Bhagavatam is meant to give prema, right, love of Godhead. The worshipable Lord is the Brajesh Tanaya, means Lord Sri Krishna, Brajendra Kumar, and the steps or our role model Ramya Kajitupasana, we have to follow the footstep of the damsel of the Vrajdham Vrindavan, that Gopi Bhava. Okay, the next verse, it is very important verse. In the clear autumn sky, the twinkling star appear brighter and brighter, just like a transcendentalist with the clear vision of the purpose of the Veda. Right? Clear vision, it is very special word is described. When the sky is being crystal clear, we can see the stars and they are twinkling. Their vision is very clear. We can clearly see the stars, they are twinkling. Similarly, into the transcendentalists, they have very clear vision of the Veda. What is the vision of the Veda, or what is the purpose of the Veda? I am quoting various verses. One verse is Sarvasya chaham hridisanya visto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha Vedeshu sarver ahamev vedyam vedanta krit vedavit eva chaham. The Vedas are the breathing of the exhaling of the Supreme Lord. Uchvas, right? There are the swas of the Supreme Lord. These are the Vedas. And the four Vedas, they are a person. It is not just a book. They are a person. The Vedas, they are a person. And they are the breath of the Supreme Lord, Krishna. These are the Vedas. And what is the purpose of the Veda? The purpose of the Veda is to understand the Supreme Lord. We know that in the condition living entity, in this material world, they are called Akshara. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter, it is said that Dvavimo Purusho Loke Kshara Chakshara Evacha Kshara Sarvani Bhutani Kutastho Ksharamad Uchyate. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible And in the spiritual world, the every living entity is called infallible. Infallible means akshar. Their position is permanent. They do not change their position, because their position is fixed. They are eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. But here in this material world, the position of the living entity is infallible. Fallible means they will fall from that situation. Suppose the person who is currently a commander-in-chief of Indian Army, after some time the person will fall from that position, right? The person who is very billionaire, very first number billionaire, he will fall from that situation, right? After some time. If the person is very beautiful, that beauty will be snatched up after some time. Means in every step, in every position is fallible. There is no permanent step, there is no permanent position, there is no permanent circumstance in this material world. That is why that attempts, their endeavor will go in a vain in this material world. This is the fallible. Fallible means চ্যুত. চ্যুত means their position will be changed after some time. So what is the permanent position? The intelligent person hankers about this. What is the permanent position? What is the constitutional position for me? What is the infallible position for me? That infallible position for the living entity is the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord in the five modes, prominent five modes of the Dasiras, Sakyaras, Vatsalyaras, Madhuryas and Shantaras. These are five prominent modes in which the living entity can serve the Supreme Lord to their utmost satisfaction, utmost capacity, right? The another verse, Uttama Purushas Panya Paramatmeti Cha Udahyata Loketraya Avishya Viparti Abhyaya Ishvara. Beside these two, there is the greatest living personality, the super soul, the imperishable Lord himself, who has entered the three worlds and maintaining them. We know the Lord Vishnu, right? Shirodakshaya Vishnu is entered into every atom of the of this material world, this three world, and he is maintaining this three world, and that is why they are one of the name of the Supreme Lord is Janardana. Means he is the maintaining, or Vishwambar, he is maintaining the supreme this whole cosmic manifestation. But this Supreme Lord, he is beyond this material world, beyond these modes of material nature, and that is why he is called as Ishvara. Ishvara means he can control even this material nature, right? Uttama Purush, he is beyond, he is not that Kshara and Akshara, he is beyond, beside, or you can say he is not the you can say in a calculation of these two, Kshara and Akshara, he is beyond from this situation. Another verse, Yasmat Aksharam Atitoham Kshara Chottamaha Atosmi Loke Vede Cha Prathita Purushottama. Translation, because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated in the Vedas and in the Vedas as that supreme person. Means Lord Krishna in the Kurukshetra, he is saying that I am that supreme person that is being celebrated in the Vedas, who is being celebrated by the demigods, who is being celebrated by the Gandharvas, Charanas, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva also, right? This is the thing. And last, Yo Mameveti Sambuddho Janati Purushottama Sa Sarva Vid Bhajati Mam Sarva Bhavena Bharata. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of the everything. He therefore engages himself in the full devotional service to me, O the son of Bharata. This is the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna describes that I am the Supreme Person, I am the Purushottama, and the person who knows the purpose of the Veda to understand me as a two-handed Shyam Sundar, right? Lord Krishna, to understand him, and one the person who understand, who knows the Supreme Lord in fullest extent, he will be engaged into the devotion of that Supreme Person. This is the sum and substance of the Veda. And the person who is and who has and fully understand Lord Krishna, he is called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. He has completely resoluted their intelligence. Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Ekeha Kuru Nandana Bahushaka Yanantasya Buddhayo Vyavasayina. He has completely directed their attempt into one point. Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Ekeha Kuru Nandana Bahushaka Yanantasya Buddhayo Vyavasayina. This is the second chapter verse. It is very important. He is engaged into the devotional service by refraining, by giving up the Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam Taya Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Samadhona Vidhiyate. He has completely gave up the Bhog and Aishwarya, the sense enjoyment of this material world and opulence of this material world. He is completely remains in their constitutional position as the servant of the Supreme Lord. So these are our discussion. We will meet in the next class with 41 to 50 verse of this book. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.